Yo, what's going on YouTube? Zach, coming at you today for a live stream. Haven't done one in the day in a while. It feels like I didn't do one yesterday. It's been busy. I apologize. So, hope everyone's doing okay. I'm doing all right. Today we have a couple different topics to talk about, and we're just gonna go ahead and get started with those because they're kind of important. They're important topics. They're things that I need to know about. I need to know things from you because without those things, it's not that I can't do the things that I want to do, but it would greatly help if I had your help. So we'll just jump right into InfoSec world. Oh, that's wrong. My bad. Uh, I'll leave it there. That's fine. Anyway, going down to InfoSec World. Um, as you can see here, the dates are May or March 19th to the 21st. I will be there. And one of the awesome things about me being there is that I will have the opportunity to interview not quite a few of the people. I'll be able to interview some of the speakers that are going to be there. So I gave the InfoSec um, people a list of a few of these presenters, these speakers, and I said, it'd be nice if I could talk to, some of these people, so let's see if we can arrange for me to speak with some of them. So there is a link in the description. You guys can go check out, whatever you want about the InfoSec conference. If you guys want, I'm going through this list really quickly just because there's a ton of speakers that are going to be at this conference. It's 3 days, obviously, so it's very long. So the InfoSec World Conference, it's all about InfoSec security, things like that. So I'm going to be interviewing some of these people. I'm going to be interviewing vendors and some of the guests as well. So if you guys have questions, and I will change, let's change this one up right here. What question should I ask at InfoSec World? What question should I ask at InfoSec World? Somebody's saying my mic is low. I will get to the chat here in a little bit, but I only pay attention to the chat for things like that. Oh, so there we go. It should be a little bit better now. I can bring my mic forward a little bit too. Anyway, if you guys have questions for anybody in the security field that you'd like me to ask, how they got into the security field, that's going to be like one of my big questions. Like, how did you get in this field? Why did you choose this field? Why was this field the right choice for you? That's going to be one of my big questions to them. But if you guys have other questions that you'd like me to ask some of the people who are in the security field, leave a comment. You can do that right now in the live stream chat, or later on if you guys are watching a replay of this, just leave it in a comment. Leave your question in a comment, and I will take down all your questions. And since I will be hopefully interviewing lots and lots of people, I'll get all those questions in, because I want to answer I want them to answer the questions that you guys have, because that's important. The whole reason why I'm actually going to this conference, really, aside from the fact that I'm extremely interested in the security field, is because I want to get information for you guys, for YouTube, for the people who are interested in this field, who want to get into that area of the field and just might have questions, might be curious about it. So that was my thoughts when I was like, yeah, it'd be a really good idea to go to this conference and talk to people there. So that's probably like one of the biggest reasons why I'm going down there. And it's in Florida. It's at Disney's Contemporary Resort, which, if you look that up, it's kind of cool. Disney's Contemporary Resort. It's kind of a neat looking place. The tram, the Disney tram, and I don't know how many people have been to Disney before, but I think it goes through this one, which is, again, it's really neat. So anyway, I'm super excited about going there. The other cool thing, which is going to lead me into topic number 2, is down in Florida, my good friends. Nope, that's not the one I want. That's nope. Huh. Did I screw that up? I sure did. I don't want to jump on that one yet. Let me fix this one. Because I seem to be noobing it up today. I'll fix this. There we go. No. Ooh. Man. I'm having a heck of a time right now. That's the one we want, and there we want this one. Okay. No. Yes. Okay. So down in Florida, IT Pro TV, that's where their studios are. So I will be going to their studios as well. And also at the InfoSec conference, there's going to be some of the IT Pro TV hosts. I think they said that Don Pizzette and Daniel Lowry were going to be there. So I'll be interviewing those two while I'm at the InfoSec conference. But on Thursday, I believe, while I'm down there, I'll be going to the IT Pro TV studios. So that, again, that's going to be super duper exciting. That's like a long drive from where I'm going to be, but that's all right. So I'll be doing like the fun interview stuff there. Hopefully I could do like some kind of little video tour of that place while I'm there. And I'll get like a lot of these guys and girls in there because I've spoken with a lot of these people. But if you guys have questions for the IT Pro TV people, again, leave it in a comment, put it in the chat, because again, I would love to ask the IT Pro TV hosts or even staff if you guys like have questions about, you know, getting into marketing, because I have like a whole new marketing team, or you guys have questions about anything at all, just put it in the chat, put it in a comment, and I'd be happy to ask any of the IT Pro TV people there as part of, you know, one of the videos that I'll do while I'm there. So that's two super exciting things right there, that I'm all like jacked up about and like, yeah, super excited about. I booked my flight actually this morning. I waited way too long. It was way too expensive. I chose my seating, so I paid more for seats, and then I had to pay more because I had like more luggage than I wanted to, because I have to bring all my equipment, you know, and then I'm bringing my drone down there. You know, I got to bring all my camera equipment. I'm ordering more equipment. So I'm like, I should probably pay for extra bags. So I did. So now I'm like, oh my God, this trip is like a lot more expensive than I thought it was going to be. But that's okay. I don't mind it. I'm going to have a good time. It's going to be a great time. Hopefully going to get a lot of information, get a lot of freebies and things like that. Lots of swag. Love the swag. Love swag. James, I will definitely ask that. I did ask that, and I did not get an answer back. I know that I think Daniel is working on that right now. They are working on it. I just don't know when it will be up. I think it was Daniel that was working on it, or Wes or Daniel, one of the two. We can tweet at him, and maybe we can get an answer. But we could do like a live tweet at him. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. No, not that one. There we go. At IT Pro TV. Viewers are wanting to know when the Pen Test Plus certification courses will be up. y'all have a timeline? There we go. We'll see if they reply back. So we'll see if we get an answer. We might not, but at least I'm asking. Also ask if there will be labs for that certification. If they reply back, I will ask that very question. So CS Chicago and Ibram, whatever, I can't say your name. I don't want to butcher it, so I apologize. But I will mark your questions down, and they will be asked. So have no fear. Those questions will be asked. No notification yet for that one. We'll see. They're not gone or anything yet today, and they're not on lunch, so we'll see if they answer. But anyway, while we are waiting for IT Pro TV to get back to us about the Pen Test Plus curriculum courses, we can talk about the last thing. The last thing was something that I have been working on for a very long time, like literally like a year, over a year. I have been like, I've had this up, I've had everything like typed out, kind of like ready to go, and I've just never like pulled the trigger on it. And now I'm pretty much like ready to pull the trigger on it, and I will be pulling the trigger on it. Get that out of the way. I kind of failed on the live stream today with how all my windows are set up. So that's my bad. I thought I had it all ready to go before I went live, but apparently I screwed things up. My bad. Anyway, Patreon. That's one thing that I get asked about a lot. A lot of people will leave a comment on a video and ask me, you know, how can they support me? How can they do something to give back to me because I've helped them so much, which, you know, I of course greatly appreciate, as always. I get private messages about it, you know, you should do Patreon, you should do Patreon. And again, that's something that I've had for like over a year that I've talked about it, I just never really pulled the trigger. So the only thing really left that I have to do is I need to put some images up for each one of these tiers. And then it's kind of good. It's good. I mean, right now it's good. I have some private content or some Patreon specific content that I'll be uploading to it, so that as soon as I start getting some supporters, like, it'll just be like ready to go. So there's the Patreon thing that people keep asking about. I will do an official video on that, again, because people keep asking about it. There's a link in the description if you guys are interested in just checking it out. I don't expect anybody to donate their hard-earned dollars to me by any means, but I get asked so often about it, and I'd like to do, you know, different things that I can't do on YouTube. I mean, that I could do on YouTube, but I'd like to do some things that, uh-oh, my timer's going off. Not for this, for food. Cooking some dinner tonight on the roaster. So give me a second while I turn that timer off, because it's going to drive me freaking nuts. All right, sorry about that. So anyway, yeah, the Patreon thing, gonna do, you know, just a little bit different content over there. More behind the scenes stuff. I want to get more into, you know, real world scenarios with a business world IT. So that's everything from troubleshooting to, we're gonna do like the interview stuff and then I have courses that I have planned that are coming out. So like one of the tiers, like you get like early access to that. One of the tiers will do like a private live stream once a month that's just Patreon specific. The top tier, you'd get like 2 live streams a month. Well, you'd get like 1 specific live stream for the top tier, which would just be for like that sysadmin one, which is the last one. Plus, said like all the behind the scenes stuff and you know, tutorials. You know, basically like all the tutorials that I do will all be on Patreon, unless I'm doing something during a live stream. Any tutorial that I do will be on Patreon. So that's kind of what's going on with the Patreon stuff that I get asked so often about. So again, you guys can check it out. It's pretty much, like I said, ready to go. I'll do an official video about it where I'm not talking about it in a live stream. And that's that for that part of it. Now we'll go, yeah, we'll go to that one. Sweet. All right. Let's see. Now I'll check the chat, and I've missed everybody saying hello. So hello to everybody, and I hope everybody's doing fantastic today. And got your questions written down. Duan, what's going on, sir? How are you doing, buddy? Please hit the like button. You don't have to hit the like button, bro. Nobody has to hit the like button. Hit the thumbs down. That'd be all right with me. At least I know somebody's there doing something. What are my thoughts on Ring being brought by Amazon? I had no idea about that. Really? I'm like out of the loop. Wow. $1 billion, huh? That's impressive. I remember seeing that on Shark Tank too. Oh, wow, that's crazy. So my thoughts on that, I'm a little bit like shocked by that. I want to read about it before I give you any thoughts about it. 22 hours ago, it's like the first one that I see. Back through Alexa, so that's kind of cool. I could see what Amazon's doing there. Those crafty SOBs. I like, let's see, on CNET it says Amazon bought Ring because of course it did. That's like literally the title of the article. It's freaking hilarious. That's exactly, like, of course it did. Like, why not? Why wouldn't Amazon buy it? So anyway, yeah, I'd like to read more about it before I give like thoughts about it, because I don't want to just give blind thoughts other than of course it did. I mean, that I think CNET just sums it up. Yeah, of course they did. Why wouldn't they? Sandeep Hazek, you've got sessions on IT career sessions. I've got what? Huh? What's up? What are you talking about? What certification should you get first if you want to go into cybersecurity with no experience? Whatever. I don't want to butcher your name, bro. What that person just said. A plus and Network plus would be a great start, and then Security plus is probably a good way to round that all out. And then you probably want to go into the more advanced certs, because that's just the way to go. How can you work in the USA? I don't know. I live here and I was born here, so I'm kind of here by default. So I don't know how you can get here. There's visas and stuff, you know. That's all I know. That'd be something you probably want to Google and talk to an expert about. But I am no expert in trying to get here from outside of the country. So I'm sorry I can't help you there. I am of no use to you with that question. But if you guys, Ibrahim, right? Yeah. maybe. Let's see. So anyway, tonight I have a new video coming out. If I could ever just get it uploaded. I I can't talk today. Oh my gosh. I did the edits to it today, so it just needs to be uploaded. And I will schedule that for sometime like this evening. That way you guys can watch it. That's a really good video. I put some effort into that one. And it was actually this video that I was texting Dwan about the other night. And I was like, man, I just went off on this video. And now he's going to get to watch that and be like, oh man, you definitely went off, because I did. I was mad. I wasn't really mad, but I probably sounded mad. So Amazon will promote Ring with its delivery service or add it as an add-on to Prime and business members. Yeah, I could see that. Now I'm gonna have to get me a ring doorbell. Man, come on now. I mean, I was thinking about getting the other doorbell thing. I can't think of what it's called now. Of course. Shoot. The other doorbell that has the camera in it. I was thinking about getting that the other day. Dowie's Might. I use Premiere Pro. That is the softwares that I use for video editing. And then sometimes, like if I'm in a hurry and I want to edit a video, I will use Final Cut Pro. Because Final Cut Pro is just like so quick and easy. And it just works all the time. My biggest issue that I have with Premiere Pro, and it drives me absolutely insane, like, just, oh my god, it just kills me, is that, like, I bought a brand new Mac, like, 2017 Mac, like, i7, 16 gigs of RAM, like, top of the line MacBook Pro, like, I'm going to edit my videos on this thing, it's going to be BA. It was BA, right? In Final Cut Pro, I could edit 4K videos, like it was 4K 60 frames per second videos, flawlessly. No issues whatsoever. It worked amazing. All the time, went through those videos like nothing. In Premiere Pro just cannot handle it. Like, at all. Like, at all. You have to make like proxies so that that Premiere Pro will handle it, and it's just stupid. It's the stupidest thing in the whole world to me. It makes me so mad. Like, it literally just drives me insane, and I want to like punch it in the face. Every time I have to edit some 4K video, I get tempted to just open up Final Cut Pro, because I know Final Cut Pro will handle it like a boss. Final Cut Pro will handle any 4K video that I throw at it with no lag, no choppiness, nothing. But Premiere Pro, on the other hand, and I've tried like everything I possibly could to fix that, it just lags, it chugs. I hate it. That's the one thing that I hate about Premiere Pro. Otherwise, I love Premiere Pro because there's so much that you can do with it, and it's much like Lightroom and stuff, and Photoshop even, where you can just adjust so much of the colors, and that's like one thing like I'm big on, being able to adjust like everything is always fun. So there's lots of flexibility there, lots of room to do lots and lots of things. I guess that's like the best way to put it. And I think I don't know, I like it better. How about that? I do like it better. Like, Final Cut Pro is just like, now that I've been using like Premiere Pro for like religiously, I think for like the last 5 months, I've used Premiere Pro like on and off for a long time, but now that like religiously I've just used Premiere Pro for like the last 5 months, when I go to Final Cut Pro to use that, I just get annoyed because it's just like so babyish and childish. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it's just like so dumbed down and silly. It really is. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just went off on video editing. Ash Parker, thanks for your advice before you missed out on your 902, but one question, and now I passed your 901 and 902, and you become, congratulations, becoming CompTIA certified. One question, what was your question though? Sandy, hey Zach, why do we not get videos related storage networks in YouTube, career path, online video tutorials, etc.? Why don't I do videos on storage networks or YouTube career path? Is that what you want to know? Like why I don't do videos on storage networks or in YouTube? Or what? I don't know. I'm kind of confused. Scrosh, you're new here. You like IT, but you don't like sitting in the desk all day. Is there any job which there's some kind of activity? Help desk. Well, like level 1 tech / help desk. A lot of times you might not be on the phone. You'll be more out in the field. There's lots of field jobs where you might be behind the desk a little bit, but a lot of times you're going to be out servicing things. So like at the hospital, the level 1 techs, like the hospital that I just left, level 1 techs there, like you were behind your desk maybe a couple hours a day, and then the rest you're out just doing stuff, out fixing stuff. So there's lots of activity. So you just have to look for the right environment. School districts and stuff like that, they're the same way. You're not, if you want to be like a level 1 tech and things like that, you're not going to be behind the desk very often at all. And there's some jobs, it just depends on where. If you can work from a laptop, like within the building, like you can walk around. One of the school districts I worked for, there was a network admin there, and he would just walk around the building all the time. Like he'd just bring his laptop with him and he'd work from wherever he felt like working. He was like hardly at his desk. He'd just pick up, walk around, and work. So there is room there. Yeah, so I could do videos on YouTube and stuff like that, but I don't know what interest people would have in me talking about YouTube and getting into YouTube and how do you YouTubes. I mean, I could talk about that all day. I try to help people with YouTube all the time. Anytime people ask me about that, I'm always down for helping people get into YouTube, but this isn't really like that channel. If there's lots of interest, if there's like lots of people asking me like, Zach, how did you do it? How do you get on YouTube? How do you get whatever amount of subscribers, and how do you go full time, and blah 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 blah. Like, I'd make some videos on it. I could talk about how I started from making videos in like my living room on like a iPhone to making a studio in my garage, and then having better cameras and better lighting and better audio equipment. I can go on and on. Tone Pursuit, you're getting your associate's degree in IT InfoTech Security end of the year and have no previous IT experience. What job should I look for? You're seriously at a loss. Well, are you getting any certs, I guess? Or are you just getting an associate's degree? I would try to get some certs. But again, this is like the same thing that like I tell everybody. Get in the help desk, because it's going to get you experience, and you don't have to stay in help desk for long. The whole point of getting there in the help desk is for people who get degrees or a bunch of certifications with no experience. You can pretty much get into any help desk job with a degree really easily. A lot of times, if you're really good at interviewing stuff, it's just like super easy, just happens all the time for people. But you don't have to stay in help desk long, and you get a lot of experience. You get a ton of experience, and you get to understand how a business environment works, which is completely different from whatever they teach you at school, which is excellent, because you need that business world experience. You need to know how an environment works in a business world. So especially going into security is really going to kind of throw you for a loop there, because they probably are going to show you, they're literally going to show you, like, these are the standards for security, right? But unfortunately, unless like a company is really conforming to like ITIL or something, like every single company's security standards are going to be completely different. Like completely freaking different. So unless, they have like a strong security presence already, and they have like a security team, already within their establishment, it's just going to be chaotic most of the time, if that makes sense. Ulzer, can I comment on entry-level positions that are mostly hardware-oriented? There are basically no entry-level positions that are mostly hardware-oriented. They almost don't exist anymore. A lot of times, what happens is, and I don't want to say they almost, I guess they almost don't exist is the kind of the perfect way to do it. To say it, HP and Dell, Lenovo, and those big companies like that, they have on-site technicians that come out and will replace the hardware for large companies and things like that. So they have techs like that, and I'm pretty sure they make a decent amount of money. I've never asked them, but like for the hospital, like we paid for on-site support, and if like a motherboard went out and a laptop, like they would come out like within a day or two, replace the motherboard on a laptop. I don't know like how needed those jobs are, and I mean I do know because there's not very much. I just don't know like what the turnaround is on jobs like that, and depending on your area is really going to determine like the need for that job. So like we're in Chicago, there's definitely a need for those types of jobs here because there are so many businesses and large organizations that are going to pay for a service like that. Otherwise they're sending off these laptops and computers to whatever hub, for HP, Lenovo, etc., and they do all that stuff right there. They'll replace all those parts. But like hardware jobs, just like they don't exist like they used to. Tone Pursuit, totally get it, man. I highly suggest getting certifications though, for sure. Dowie's similar situation. You've been talking with some security professionals where you are in entry level security positions as a security analyst. Yep. Get some certs like for entry level field technician jobs, and what Zach said, help desk. Today IT must produce KPI, key performance indicators, to support the business. Yep, James is always on point. Alter, so unless I work for a hardware manufacturer, it's going to be all Windows. Yeah, for the most part. I mean, yeah, for the most part. Yeah. Like even for like our servers and stuff like that, like or for the, I keep saying I don't work at the hospital anymore. For the servers that we had at the hospital, like we had, we would replace hard drives and stuff in them, or RAM if it went bad. But otherwise, like we would have we had like 3 hour support on some of them. Like if something went bad, like we'd have somebody out within like 3 hours. Come take a look at it. On some of them, I think it was like there was a ridiculous like turnaround window. But there's just not a huge need for jobs like that anymore. And there's pretty much like no business that is going to have something like that. I get asked that question a lot because people are so interested in hardware They love to build computers. They just find the hardware side of everything so interesting. But it's just not what it used to be. Like at the hospital, like it's the easiest thing I think in the world to replace on like a laptop, besides like RAM and a hard drive or something, is the screen, the laptop screen. Such an easy thing to replace. We had like on-site support and stuff for that, or even if we didn't, we would pay the company to come out and fix it. And it's like, come on, we could pay like $40 for a new screen and we could replace it in like a half hour or whatever. It's ridiculous. So you run into that too. I don't know. That was always something I kind of thought was funny. Like, let me just replace the dang screen. It takes half an hour tops. Like, no, we're gonna call our support person, blah 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 blah, and it's gonna cost us $250. I'm like, okay, whatever you say. What's going on? Man, I'm terrible at names. You are welcome, Tone Pursuit. You're definitely looking to get in certs ASAP. It's true what I say about schooling. All reading and concepts, have hardly done any hands-on stuff. You're super eager to get out there. Yeah, what James says is true. On point. All the time. What's going on, William? How you doing, sir? So, anyway, let me sum up kind of what I went over already. You can ask me any question you want. It's fine with me. I don't really care. You can ask me anything. That's what I do. But anyway, I'm going to go over what I've already went over, and then I'll answer your question. So I went over, no, I didn't go over that yet. No, my bad. I'm terrible at OBS today. Like, absolutely terrible. I can't do it at all. Let's see if IT Pro TV got back to us. Oh man, that's a long time. You see that, James? They have it. They plan to have it recorded and on the site by the end of July. By the end of July. I'm guessing that they are going over that material themselves and making sure that they are experts in it, which I totally get. They got to do it. They got to be experts in it too. So let's see. Not that one. Not that one. Let's open up a new. Oh yeah, the labs. All right, I'll ask about the labs. Give me 1 second. All right, James. I replied back, so I'll try to monitor that one a little bit better. Anyway, so today went over the InfoSec World. I'm going down to InfoSec World in Florida, March 19th to the 21st. I'll be at all 3 days of that conference, and I will be interviewing some of the speakers, presenters at this. I'm going to go over this real quick. There's a link in the description below. I emailed the InfoSec people already and said, hey, these are some of the speakers that I would love to talk to and ask some questions to. So they're going to get with them and then get back with me, and we'll try to figure out a time and one of the 3 days that I'll be able to interview them and ask some questions. So if you guys have questions for anybody at the InfoSec World Conference, it doesn't have to be one of these presenters, because I'm also going to be talking to some of the vendors that are there and some of the guests. I'm going to try to just like bombard guests and be like, hey, I'm this dude from YouTube. Let me ask you questions. That's going to be totally weird. I'm actually going to try to get some t-shirts made. Like, hey, I'm a YouTuber. Let me ask you questions. Like, literally, like, that's what my t-shirt is going to say. Because it makes sense. You know, IT career questions. I'm a YouTuber. Let me ask you questions. Something like that, you know. That way it's not too awkward, you know, because most people who work in IT are really, really awkward. So I'll try to find the most, you know, unawkward people. But anyway, if you guys have questions for anybody at the InfoSec World, please leave a comment or put it in the live chat, and I will write it down, and I'll make sure that I ask some of the people at this conference. So anything about security, this would be your time to ask a professional, a real life professional, because obviously that's what's going to be here at this conference, is real professionals in the security world. And then, of course, no, not that one. Gosh darn it. Why am I just sucking today? Also, down in Florida is the IT Pro TV Studios. So I will be heading to the IT Pro TV Studios. So, again, if you have questions that you want to ask any of the IT Pro TV staff, hosts, things like that, leave that in the comments also, and I will ask any of these wonderful people your questions. Don Pizzette, which that's this guy, he's like the main host, not the main host, but he's like, you know, one of the main guys over at IT Pro TV. And we're Daniel Lowry. Those two will be at the InfoSec conference, the InfoSec World Conference, so I'll be interviewing those two while I'm there. So that'll be really cool. And yeah, otherwise, I'll be seeing all these people at the studios in Florida. So again, if you have questions for any of these people, let me know. Put them in the comments. Send me an email. Do something. Hit me up. I'd definitely love to ask them questions from you guys, because I will literally say, hey, this specific person from YouTube asked you this question. They want to know this. Hang on. Anyway, the next thing was I talked about Patreon, because people keep asking me about Patreon. Zach, when are you going to do Patreon? When is that going to happen? And, well, it's happened. It's something that I've had for a very long time, like literally like over like a year. I've just never done anything with it, and now it's like ready to go. So if you guys are interested in that, there's going to be lots of Patreon-specific content there, Patreon-specific live streams, where if you are a Patreon of mine, you know, it'll be a live stream just for us Patreons. And, you know, we'll do, again, very, very specific things there that don't relate to YouTube. You know, tutorials will be on here. That's the only place that you are going to find tutorials from now on, is Patreon. And there's, let's see, the last tier, getting like merchandise and stuff made. So if you join that tier, you get free merch. Woo! Merch link in the description. Just kidding. I sound like one of the Paul brothers or whatever. My kids listen to those guys all the time. My one kid, my oldest kid. But anyway, That's Patreon. We'll have that going. I have Patreon specific content ready for that to go, so that's happening. That's what's up. Let's go to this one here. All right. So back to the chat. Let's see, if you're using a Windows OS like 7, 8, 10, whatever, and you download a virtual machine app like VMware Workstation, can you download a Mac OS in it as virtual PC and use both systems? I've actually never tried that. I should try that. I don't know. I really don't know. I would think so. I would think you can, but I could be completely wrong. Shoot. I've never even thought about doing that, to be completely honest with you, from a Windows machine. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's like just never came across my mind. Because I've done it the other way around. Like from my Mac, I virtualize Windows machines all the time. But the Mac OS is stupid when it comes to Windows machines. So I would think that it could be done because you're just virtualizing it, and it's virtualizing components, it's virtualizing processor. Yeah, it's using all of your stuff, but it's the way that the way that it compiles everything, I guess. I would think so. Oh, let's see. Ulzer says it can be done, but you need to get an old copy of Mac OS on CD. So there you go. And then let's see. Tone Pursuit says you personally want to try that. I heard that you have a MacBook iMac that you can get a copy of the Mac OS image from the App Store and theoretically place that on a USB. And Sandeep says ask IT Pro TV to make videos related to storage networks and network related SAN and NAS. Yeah, the only thing that you could do is you could download the operating system on a Mac. You could put it on a flash drive or a CD. That's about it. I guess I'm gonna have to try that. That's gonna be that should be look at there's a Patreon video right there. We're gonna do it. Let me pull up the App Store on my Mac and download the OS. We'll see if I can do it with the latest one. Why not? CS Chicago. I don't think I did for the IT Pro TV team. The auto patching firmware for IoT devices. Is that the one? Just tell us your how am I missing your question, bro? I only see 2 questions from you. What are the main vectors of attack that you predict that security professionals need? And the IoT one. Scrosh, for sure, dude. You can give it a shot. Cameron, you're 16 and you're MCSE certified. Could you please tell me which field to select, Azure or AWS? You have to make that decision. I can't tell you. Which one sounds like more fun to you? And why? And then I can help you. But you have to give me your reasons, why you're selecting those two out of the bunch. What makes you like Azure and what makes you like AWS. What is... I'm trying to download the OS on my Mac. Mac OS High Sierra. There we go. Downloading. Alright, so I'm downloading the Mac OS. So we'll see if VirtualBox will let me virtualize that on my Windows machine. Okay, it's more of a fun question. If you one day woke up and decided that you no longer want to work in technology, what non-technical career path would you pursue? Awesome. CS Chicago, I will ask them. And I will find out. Okay, Zach, now according to my IT experience, which field is better to pursue, networking or database? According to me, which would be more fun? Or which would be better? Probably database. Something I would never do, but could be better. Probably will be better, I think. That's just my opinion. Why are these people using the darn coupon? My goodness. Use the coupon, people. Anywho. Oh man, I don't know. It depends on how you learn. I'm not going to answer that one for you because everybody learns differently. So I could say that one is easier to learn over the other, and you would be like, oh, okay, and go out and try to learn it, and it could be like the most difficult thing in the world to you. And then you go and learn the other thing, and it's so incredibly easy to you. Does that make sense? That's something that like people have to look into. But anyway, I think I'm done for the live stream for today, because I have to go pick up kids here in a little bit, and I gotta get IT baby ready. He's sleeping, so he's gonna be mad when I wake him up. What's up, Dakota? I'm sorry. So, but if you guys have like one quick question or anything, go ahead and ask now. Otherwise, I got to go. Maybe I'll do another live stream later tonight. Otherwise, like I said, I got to go pick up kids from school because that's kind of important, you know. I thought that light bulb was been going on and off. Um, yeah. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, no questions. Everybody's good. Everybody's solid. I'm tired. I need some coffee. Got lots of driving to do here coming up. So I'm uploading the video that I'll have out tonight right now. So it'll be new video. It's about interviewing. It's a great, wonderful interview video. It's perfect. It's a perfect video for people who interview and they don't have any IT experience, they don't have any certifications, and they don't have a degree. That is the perfect video. I love doing this video. I actually literally loved recording this video. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, Van Helsing. I would learn Server 2016 before AD. Anyways, that's all I got for today. So stay tuned for that video. It'll probably be coming out, I don't know, around 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And that's all I got. So you guys have a great day, great night, great morning, whatever time of day, night it is by wherever the heck you guys live. And